Welcome to the next episode of the ABS podcast. I'm Butter,
I'm Adan.
and today we're going to talk about anything but standard. And on today's episode, we have a guest on. We have my friend Val, who I've met playing at regionals and such. Val, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hi, my name's Val. I've been playing the TCG since 2017. My favorite Pokemon is Porygon 2. You can find me on socials at Shiny Porygon 2. And I love Expanded.
Yes, so that's what we're going to be talking about today on the podcast mostly. And we might dabble in some GLC and other things, but mostly Expanded today is what we're going to talk about. So to start off, Val, you said you started off playing the game in 2017. So if I'm not mistaken, back then we still had some Expanded events. Did you play Expanded at any majors?
I did, yeah. I think there was one. It was either Richmond or Blue Ridge. I can't remember, but I'm actually fairly certain my first major was an Expanded event. And then I've been to at least 2 Expanded regionals, both in Virginia.
Yeah. Very nice, very nice. I know I've played in some Expanded majors. Adon, I don't believe you have, though.
No, not. As y'all know, my first regional ever was San Antonio 2 years ago. I've been playing for a while, right? But for those of you who may not know, I only started getting into the competitive scene, 2 years ago ish, and so I Charizard EX and on pretty much.
Yep, that's all he knows. That's all Adon knows. He's a baby when it comes to that. Next thing I'd like to ask is, what is your favorite Expanded deck, Val?
Oh, like ever or current?
You can either say, we can go with ever, and then what would be your favorite Expanded deck in the current Expanded format?
Okay. I think my favorite Expanded deck currently or ever. Okay. Favorite Expanded deck ever would probably be Mega Guardy.
The Steam Siege one?
Yeah. That was my first Expanded deck. And sweet. I absolutely adored it. At the time, it wasn't very good, but I thought it was a lot of fun.
I suppose nowadays it kind of gets outshined by Serena V.
Yeah, I loved big benches.
Getting to play with Skyfield is a lot of fun.
Yeah,
I love Skyfield. It's just better Area Zero.
Oh yeah, we do love Skyfield. For any listeners that don't know what Skyfield does, it's a stadium from Roaring Skies that lets you have both players have a full bench of 8, and you don't have to have a Terra in play like you do with Area Zero. So it's just
people would play it with whatever. I remember back in the day, people were playing it with Snorlax VMAX and Skyfield, and then Eternatus VMAX came out, and then they played it with Eternatus.
Yeah, you play. There's so many random decks throughout ever since Skyfield came out that
I feel like you can just throw it in so much.
You can. It just does the thing. It lets you play so many more Pokemon down. It just lets you have more room to more room for activities. You get to play all these support Pokemon that you usually have to be very, very crucial with what you benched, where you can just go ham with Skyfield.
And I guess that's one of the things that we came here to talk about, right? What makes Expanded so fun, right? And I think one of the things for me that makes Expanded so fun is from every set that we've had from Black and White on, we get to just play with all the most broken things from those sets, right? And not just the most broken cards, in general, but also the most broken interactions, right? Specifically.
Yeah. So you get to there's so many eras of the game that are all just kind of converging on each other in Expanded format. So with that said, of course, we asked you what your favorite decks in Expanded were. We figured we might as well say what our favorite decks are. Adon, what's your favorite deck in Expanded?
Well, I'm super biased. My favorite Pokemon is Crobat, and so I saw this list a while back, and I had to build it, and I have it built, and it's super fun. It's what I'm playing. If I get a game in of Expanded nowadays, it's what I play. It's a Crobat VMAX with Arbok from the Rocket set. So you like boost, shake, Arbok turn, run, and then you just attack with Crobat VMAX, and then go back into the Arbok, and hopefully that just gets you there.
Yeah. So my favorite expanded deck, one that I find myself most often like rebuilding over and over, is Archie's Ace in the Hole decks. I do love putting Water Stage 2s into play from the bench. It is an obsession.
And although Crobat is my favorite Pokemon, my favorite type is Fire. So just like you get to just play all the broken Fire stuff in expanded. I mean, so like Welder Box. I remember I was telling Butter earlier that back when we had PTCGO, I just had like all the cards that I had that would do good with Welder. Like just Mew 3 Welder was pretty much my favorite deck that I remember very fondly from back in the day.
Oh yeah, for sure. So next thing I'd like to touch on, Val, you said you started back in 2017. What's continued to keep you playing Pokemon throughout these years?
I just think the game's a lot of fun. Like initially, so I'm from Philly, and the Philly scene was pretty dead for a while. Like when I first started playing, we had one local store in Philly that did leagues and like cups and challenges and stuff. Or I guess there were two, but it was like few and far between. And I would go to South Jersey almost like every week to play Pokemon. And what's really kept me outside of just the game being fun is the friends I've made along the way, as corny as it sounds. Like, it's the friends we've made along the way. But, like, honestly, it's like my best friends are the people that I've met playing Pokemon.
For sure.
I can agree with that. I'm the same way. I continue going to majors nowadays just to hang out with my friends. I don't even play in regionals anymore.
Butter's just been the last few things we've gone to. He's just been spectating.
My whole last season, all the majors I went to, I spectated.
Undefeated.
That's what we do. I throw, Butter spectates, and then we get to go play.
Adon throws in that format we don't talk about.
In that format we don't talk about, and then we get to go play GLC events and stuff.
In Cube Draft.
In Cube Draft, yeah.
Speaking of Cube, Val, have you ever done Cube Drafts before?
I have done cubes. I haven't played in any of your cubes, but it is on my bucket list.
Yeah. Are you going to Anaheim Worlds?
No, unfortunately, I'm not. I'll be in Pittsburgh.
You'll be in Pittsburgh. Yes, that makes sense. I know Xander will be at Pittsburgh. So he'll probably have the cube. He will have the cube with him. So maybe you could cube draft at Pittsburgh.
Perhaps, but I might be too busy in day 2.
You might be too busy winning the tournament.
So I know that you talked a little bit about expanded when you first started, that you were in playing regionals in the expanded format. So I was wondering, do you remember what the format was like back then, expanded specifically?
God.
Like maybe what the best decks were, or like maybe even what you played to those regionals?
I think to my first regional, the deck was so bad, I just wanted to make it work. It's not I played Lucario GX.
Oh yeah. I can get down with some Lucario.
I don't remember what I paired it with.
You just remember Lucario.
I just know there was Lucario in there. At the time, Lucario was my favorite Pokemon.
That's fair. That's fair.
Fair and valid.
So I was like, I have to play it.
Porygon 2 is cool. There's not a lot of cool Porygons to play with.
I know. I know there was Night March running about.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Night March hadn't quite gotten power crept out yet in 2017.
I know people were playing Buzzwole still. I don't think Baby Buzz was out yet though. I think it was just GX.
So Forbidden Light hadn't come out yet.
Yeah. I don't remember what else was being played. But I know I was playing Lucario.
There you go.
That's so cool. That's awesome. So then what do you think I mean, so if that's where you started, right, and that's what the format looked like back then, how do you think the format has evolved through the years? I mean, of course, it's gotten faster. I mean, power creep has crept on everything, like all the formats, right? But do you think we're in a better? I know we don't have expanded regionals anymore, but do you think like the meta, so to speak, is in a better place or in a worse place? What do you think about that?
Oh, I think the meta's god awful right now. It's
I
just
didn't want to say it.
Drago.
Yeah, that's how it be sometimes.
I didn't want to say it myself, but
Well, if everybody just agrees to play fun decks and expanded, then it's actually okay.
Yeah. But like, I don't know. If you're gonna be like sweaty about it, you're gonna play Archie Drago.
Yeah.
yeah.
The mirrors sucked for that deck and expanded.
It's
And
so
I guess
bad.
we can touch on that a little bit too, right? We the most recent regional we went to was Atlanta, right?
Oh,
because there was an expanded event.
Yeah. I think
we went to NAIC. That's what I'm talking about.
No, oh, you said regional, so
I said regional. You're right. My fault. The most recent major we went to was NAIC, and there was I think there was a big expanded event, right?
Yeah, they had a side event. Some of my friends played in it,
and it was like Reggie Drago v Star City, obviously, right? But the deck that actually ended up coming up on top was that colorless control.
Yeah, it was Block Lax. Gosh dang,
Block Lax.
Don't even get me started.
This is bad.
And I personally, it's fine to be like, in my opinion, I think it's fine to like, if there's a tournament with stakes and the whole nine, like it's okay to play the best deck, right? To win. That's what we go to tournaments to do.
Of course.
But like, do you guys think that because expanded, it's no longer played in regionals and it's you can't even really play it online anymore? Do you guys think that maybe the format gets overlooked for like bans and stuff, or I don't know what you guys feel about that? Is that the reason why the format is stale? Because is it an overlooked format?
So I know, like in Japan, I say in Japan, they end up banning the stuff in English or in America too. But like Japan, they regularly have expanded events, and they do bans. Like what was the most recent one was it was there was Duskull they had banned.
Oh yeah.
And, there was another one after that though. I don't remember, but I know Japan they kind of keep track of that, and then like America just kind of follows suit. But like if TPCI specifically compared to TPC, if they actually like kept track of like the meta and like banned stuff and expanded, I would say it'd be better.
I'd agree. I know a lot of people overlook the format, not so much because of a lack of bans, but more so because they say that the older cards are harder to get or they're more expensive, which like, okay, I get it, but like you're blinging out your GLC decks. That's expensive.
Yeah.
Chorus is like, I don't know,
even regular Chorus is like $7 or something.
Yeah, like you're blinging out your GLC deck, and okay, sure, it's like a one of. But if you have multiple GLC decks built at a time, you probably have 4 Chorus. You can play.
I am one of those players. I have like 10 or something choruses.
I get it.
Okay, yeah. Mr. Moneybags over here flexing his chorus stat.
I got 11 GLC decks. That's
you got one for every type, right?
I do, yeah.
My biggest gripe is like, I know people are saying they would prefer expanded as like Sun and Moon base on, but I personally have a big issue with that because I just feel like you lose so much when you eliminate the black and white sets. It's just you lose battle compressor, you lose N. Like I feel like that's not expanded. I feel like you can make Sun and Moon on its own thing and keep expanded what it is, or turn expanded into some sort of unlimited format that gets its own support.
That's crazy. That honestly I've never heard that take, and that to me is also a crazy take to have.
Yeah, making it Sun and Moon on would not. That's not the answer.
At least to me, it takes away the identity of what it is, of what Expanded is as a format, right? Because to me, at least somebody who had the most exposure I've had to Expanded is on PTCGO, right? Which I think is another reason that like accessibility, people don't know about the format because you can't just go online and like put a deck together and play it, right?
Right.
But not with all the card pool.
Yeah, at least not with all the card pool, exactly. And that's what I mean, right? Like so much of the identity of Expanded is in those black and white sets, right? We know how busted Battle Compressor is, and as more sets get added, like it just gets better and better, right? We just played the game today.
Yeah, we pre-gamed the podcast recording with Expanded gameplay.
We did. We were trying to lock in, and I was playing Crobat VMAX Arbok, and Butter was playing Expanded Ancient Box.
Yeah, I just took Ancient Box and threw some Battle Compressors and VS Seekers in there and called it a day.
Cute. And it was pretty good.
It worked though.
It's not a good matchup for me, as I'm sure you can imagine. Arbok does not do very much.
Yeah, Arbok doesn't do anything, and then you're trying to poison me, but I play Ancient Booster Capsules.
I just turned into like a bad Crobat VMAX deck, which is just all Crobat VMAX decks. So, but yeah, like I don't know. So much of that experience of Expanded, right, is playing those older cards, and like, yeah, I couldn't imagine. They might as well just make another format, like you said.
But then again, like I feel like, and I know this is coming from a place of privilege, where like I have these cards, I can buy these cards that are older and maybe a little bit more expensive. But you look at games like Magic or Yu-Gi-Oh, you want to play a retro format, you're spending 5-10 times more than
you're selling a lung or two, just to play the old cards in those games.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess this is a good segue into like I guess another topic when talking about Expanded and accessibility of Expanded specifically. How is Expanded at your local level? Like, do people play it? Or is there like a community in your area that plays Expanded?
No, there's not. There's we have this one local on Wednesday nights occasionally. I'll plug it, Red Caps Corner in Philly. Every now and then, I'd say maybe like once or twice a year, we do like a jank format. Mm-hmm. And usually it's just like funny bands where like you can't play Charizard EX or you can't play Chin Pao with Baxcalibur, but you can play like one without the other. So it's just like banning like a common combination of cards or like overpowered cards to get less played cards played more often, or like fun combos that you wouldn't usually see, or like cool like single prizers. And the last jank that we did was just straight up Expanded, regular old Expanded. And people came out for it. It was a lot of fun. And it was really awesome to see that not everyone was playing Regidrago. I think only 1 or 2 people were playing Drago. So that was like a lot of fun. But outside of that, I haven't played Expanded at locals in a very long time.
Wow.
What did you end up playing for that event?
I played my current favorite Expanded deck, which is Zoroark Checkmate. Zoroark
yes.
Checkmate's a lot of fun.
Ye olde Zoro Checkmate. Adon, do you know much about that?
I was going to ask, which Zoroark is it?
Both. It's the Zoroark GX and the Transformative Start Zoroark. The one that...
Evolving Skies one.
Got you.
Val, would you like to what is it called? Would you like to tell Adon what that deck is trying to do, since he has no clue?
Please.
Well, do you know what Jirachi Prism Star does?
Jirachi Prism Star?
Yeah.
No.
So Jirachi Prism Star is a card that says, if you take this card from your prize cards, draw an additional card, or prize card, draw an additional prize card.
Uh-huh.
So what you want to do is you use, I might pronounce it wrong, I don't know if it's Naganadel.
You got on the second try. You got it.
You use Naganadale's GX attack, Stinger GX. Both you and your opponent shuffle your prize cards into your deck, and you both lay out 3 new prize cards. And then you hope your opponent takes 1 prize card. And then what you do is you promote a Zor that has transformed to the Slowbro.
That's the right guy. Yes.
With Twilight Inspiration. And it says if you're hold on, I missed a crucial thing. You use Peonia to get the Jirachi Prism Star in your prize cards before you do this. Peonia lets you look at 3 prize cards, you put them in your hand, and then you put 3 cards from your hand back into your prize cards. So you put the Jirachi Prism Star in your prize cards after using Stinger GX. And then you attack with Twilight Inspiration. You take 2 prize cards. You take the Jirachi.
Yeah.
Your prize cards, and then you take all 3 prize cards.
Wow. See,
yeah, that's the whole point of the deck.
That's so funny, so silly. And I'm like, what a silly little deck, what a silly little combo. And I'll start off by saying thank you for explaining the deck to me and also the listeners at home. And second off, like, see, what a cool concept for a deck. Like, more people, like, I'm sure a lot of people are like me and they don't know what Jirachi Prism Star does or that interaction even existed, and how cool would it be to be sitting across from somebody, and even if you lose, right, see that whole interaction transpire, right?
Yeah, it's a really cool deck for sure. I haven't gotten to play it myself, but I mean I know how it works, and yeah, Zor Checkmate. We like that. That's pretty cool. What was there any other fun decks that were at that event other than the couple Reggie Dragos you said?
I'm trying to think what else was played. I think there was some grass deck, if I'm remembering correctly. I don't remember what it did. Honestly,
probably Vileplume.
That's my first thought when I hear grass.
It was Vileplume.
Yeah.
I got
usually that guy
wrecked by Vileplume.
It does do that.
But like, I enjoyed every minute of it.
Exactly, because you get Vileplume and you're like, oh snap, that's so cool. And regardless how they do it, right?
Vileplume, and I'm like, that's my fate. Okay.
Fair and valid and good gameplay. Very good. I'll sign the slip, And so we were talking about like expanded at the local level, and we have a similar experience, right? Like and it was literally like last summer when we started trying to get a monthly expanded league going at one of our local game stores. And we're very lucky. We have about 3 local game stores in our area, like in our town. And they all host very different events. And one of them, we were trying to get started in a once-a-month expanded league. And that very first time, since we know that the accessibility is usually the problem, like, if you help somebody get a deck, then people that like to play Pokemon, they're going to play in the event. And so I know that, like, I had a deck, but I know that several of our friends here in town, they helped people get cards for their decks. We, if somebody needed a deck, we would help them with that.
We also allowed up to 10 proxies just so people could not have to find as many cards.
Yeah, proxies is another big thing that, like, and this was at a game store, who shall not be named, I guess, because they allowed proxies to help them out, but it was when we're talking about accessibility, those were things that we kind of tried to do to, like, help get it off the ground, to have another format, in our town regularly. And honestly, even with that, I think Butter and I are still the only people that, like, regularly play expanded. And even then, it's just like at our local league on Monday nights when we just go up there and, like, whenever we see a cool deck online, we're like, hey, I'm going to build an expanded deck, take an expanded deck so we can jam a game or whatever.
Yeah, so, like, before I had built the Ancient Box deck, I had built Radiant Heatran.
Yeah.
the whole point of the deck, you only play one Pokemon. That guy's name is Radiant Heatran. And you play Welder, so you can power him up.
Best card in the game.
Yes. And then you have like, I think I played 8 stadiums that all did the same thing. Whenever you attach energies from your hand, it does damage to him. So then you could just bop the guy in the active.
For the listeners at home, can you tell them what Radiant Heatran does?
Yeah, for a fire and 2 colorless, it does 70 for each damage counter on himself. So if you attach return, that's 20 damage with one of the stadiums in play. And then you welder 2 more, that's another 40 damage. Now it has 60 damage on it, and you're doing 1,400 damage with one guy.
Yeah, you just bop whatever's in the active.
Yeah, you don't even care what's inactive. It's going to get knocked out.
What do you do when Radiant Heatran gets knocked out?
Yeah, so you play 4 Lily's Clefairy Doll and 4 Robo Substitutes. So when they knock it out, you just promote one of those, and then you can bring back your Heatran with Night Stretcher or Rescue Stretcher, and then do it again. No problem. Sick. Lost City doesn't exist. Okay, we don't. The Lost City is not in the room. Okay,
we don't talk about Lost City.
We don't talk about Lost City. Never heard of him. Okay,
who is she?
But yeah, I built that. Destroyed it. No, I didn't destroy it. Well, I destroyed it on like once or twice, but sometimes you miss the Night Stretcher and you don't get to attack, and it just happens. But Radiant Heatran was a lot of fun. But one of the first locals we had done for Expanded at that store that shall not be named, I built Sylveon VMAX with Skyfield.
See what I'm saying? Skyfield, dude.
Yeah, Skyfield. Yeah, and then I had a triple acceleration energy, so I could attach just like that and just attack. It was so cool. And I got to have 9 different types of Pokemon in play. 8 different types, so I could have a bench Sylveon, of course, in case the first one gets knocked out. But that was a lot of fun.
Because Sylveon does more damage for each type of Pokemon in play, right?
Yes, it does 70 plus 30 more for each type on a different type on your bench. And then I had built a couple extra decks just in case people want to borrow them. So I built I would call it Miraidon, but it had 2 Miraidon in it, but it had a lot of different lightning Pokemon in it. Lightning just kind of becomes a toolbox whenever you build it and expand it.
Yeah. That's fun, though.
Do you play GLC, Val?
Not really.
Not really.
I used to play. But I don't keep up with it. I don't build decks if somebody hands me a GLC deck, I'll play. But I will not go out of my way to play.
So then I guess, Val, let me ask you, I love Expanded, Butter loves Expanded. And so I wanted to ask you, why Expanded? You say you don't really play GLC, which is cool, but why do you like Expanded that much?
I love seeing the older cards. I love seeing fun interactions. I love seeing decks that are reminiscent of like other decks. My favorite deck of all time is Zoroark GX Decidueye GX. And just being able to use cards that I used in that deck again is a lot of fun. I love retro formats too. So like just being able to like play old decks or something reminiscent of an old deck is a lot of fun. I like being able to utilize the cards that I had when I first started. It's just I get nostalgic.
Yeah, I can understand that. We mentioned Welder earlier. I guess I mentioned Welder earlier. It's hard for me to not mention Welder.
Yeah, it's a thing.
It is my favorite card of all time because fire is my favorite type. And one of my favorite things to do in the Pokemon card game is go Welder, attach 2, draw 3. Oh my god, it's like the best feeling in the world. And it's so good. And so like when at our first local event, I took a Welder. Well, I say Welder box. It was just gouging fire with secret box and Welders in it. And that pretty much just kind of does the thing, you know.
Just does the thing.
It just kind of does the thing. But you know, so I definitely understand like the nostalgia portion of it, right? Like everybody has a favorite interaction, a favorite card that maybe they look back on super fondly, you know. For you, Decidueye Zoroark. For me, is any deck with Welder in it. Butter, do you have a card you look back fondly on that you get to play in Expanded?
Blacephalon GX.
Blacephalon.
I love that card.
I got half my world's invite with Blacephalon GX. That's my boy. I tore up Tyler Texas League Cups like it was nobody's business. I won like 3 cups that in that season in Tyler with just Blacephalon. Just one. No, it wasn't just one Blacephalon. Let's get things straight. And there's a few other ones.
It was a whole squad. It was the whole team.
Whole squad. But yeah, Blacephalon GX. To be fair, I haven't played Blacephalon in Expanded in a while, but I do have it built for, I think, I have it built for the 2019 Worlds format specifically, because that was my favorite version of Blacephalon. Because I was like kind of the start of the season that ended up becoming my Worlds invite for London was 2019. So I played a lot of Blacephalon in that format. And if not Blacephalon, it'd be Archie's Ace in the Hole. Because that guy's cool. I like that guy. Do you ever play any retro formats, Val?
I haven't recently, but I would. I really want to get some 2017, 2018, 2019 decks built.
Oh yeah, we had pre-gamed some somewhat format before the podcast as well.
I miss her.
I have 9 somewhat decks built.
What matchup did we play?
Oh yeah, I was playing Metagross GX. That guy kind of sucks, but you know it's okay.
It's okay.
And he was playing Jimmy Pendarvis's Gardevoir list.
Yes,
Gardevoir GX.
Mm-hmm.
And man, that format is so fun. Like every time I get the chance to like revisit that format, I just remember how much fun it was.
Beacon,
you get to Beacon.
I'm gonna announce Beacon for turn. Grab some dudes, and I'm gonna do it again next turn actually, because that's what you did too.
I love the Beacon.
We do love the Beacon, and then you get to just evolve it into Alola Ninetales and search for some items and go from there. It's a lot of fun.
Such a good format.
Oh, we also played some 2022 Worlds, of course, because that was the only Worlds I've played in. But I built 4 Worlds decks for that format. We played. You played Rapid Strike Malamar.
I did play Rapid Strike Malamar.
And I played Fusion Strike Mew VMAX, naturally.
And we actually went into it was a pretty good match. We played three full games. Well, I say 3 full games. We got like donked one of the games, but it's whatever.
Yeah, like game 1, I got greedy and just went for Alessa Sparkle instead of a Battle VIP pass. And then I just lost from there. And then game 2,
he got donked.
He started Inkay Past, and I just Alessa Sparkled Psychic Leaped for 70. And then game 3 was actually a game.
It was actually a game. For anybody wondering, Butter won the match, which is whatever. But it's fine. I had a good time.
So he just doesn't know how to manage resources.
Okay, I would like to officially say on the record they are your decks, and I didn't realize I only had 1 Psychic Energy in deck. Okay, and I had already played Ordinary Rock. What do you want me to do? It is what it is. Sometimes you just play Ordinary Rock.
Get good.
I would like to do that too. But anyway, Val, what there's a new set just came out. Are you excited to build any expanded decks or any decks in general with the new set? Is there any cards that caught your fancy?
I think Jellicent EX is kind of cool. Don't want to see it in standard. Stay away from me in standards.
We don't talk about it. We don't talk about it.
He's like, we don't talk about that. That format that shall not be named.
That shall not be named.
I haven't really looked too much at standard card or the new set recently. I've been super busy with work and school. So I'm just waiting for the people who go to Worlds to do the work for me to tell me what cards are good.
It's the easiest way to go about it.
That's so real. Full transparency, Butter and I on the last podcast, we had a whole section going through like the cards from the new set and like their applications in like GLC, in Cube. We say
Party Box.
Party Box. That's the other format I was thinking of. We say expanded, but none of those cards are good enough to be expanded.
Yeah.
They were all kind of poopy, but
yeah, Black Bull White Flare kind of bad.
Yeah, it was kind of bad. Not gonna lie, but I do. But that whole, if you'll believe it, that whole like part of the audio got like, it got like corrupted, so we couldn't even like release it. But I'm not really even that super upset about it because the set is not. It's not great when we looked over it. Like, and I mean,
it was meant to be with the corruption for sure.
Yeah, it was probably better that way anyway.
Yeah, it's pretty mid. It's a pretty mid set. Art's great. The art on the cards.
Oh, the arts are great. The vibe of the whole set, phenomenal. I'm a black and white stan till I die.
Absolutely.
So you said you have your favorite Pokemon is Porygon 2, correct?
Yes.
And do you collect Porygon 2 cards? How many cards do you have?
I recorded a video of me going through my binder the other day. I have a decent amount, but I actually just got the first Porygon 2 card pretty recently.
Like the first one ever printed?
Yeah, the original Porygon 2. I'll see if I can find a picture of it to like show the camera.
To our viewers at home, we will describe the card.
We will describe the card in great detail.
Yes, it's the
it's like Neo era, right? Is that Neo?
Yes.
It's like the PS2 era graphic Porygon 2. Mm-hmm. I'm sure you can imagine that in your head.
Yes.
I always like asking people their favorite Pokemon because most of the time they'll collect like the cards for that favorite Pokemon, and it's always interesting to figure out which cards are like hard to find. We have a good friend of ours who his favorite Pokemon is Bulbasaur, and then there's like this random like Japanese promo that he's just never ever gonna buy ever in his lifetime.
Grail. Yeah,
and it's just like it's so expensive. Like my favorite Pokemon is Crobat. And so, of course, for me, the Grail is Shining Crobat, which is not too bad, all things considered for most people, but definitely not buying that anytime soon.
Me with my my favorite Pokemon being Donphan. Of course, I also collect cards that have Donphan in them. So my holy grail of Donphan cards is the Chinese Victini EX promo that has Donphan in the background of it, and that card is like thousands of dollars. So,
but that card is so cool looking.
It is.
It's a beautiful card.
Just know if I ever win the lottery,
I won't tell anybody, but there will be signs.
Exactly.
There's so I like to collect the entire Porygon line. Mm-hmm. There's this one Porygon card that was released in Japan. It's from a fan club. It's called, I think it's just Porygon Fan Club. The card is like $5,000.
Oh my gosh.
I will never buy that card unless I win the lottery.
Oh my gosh.
Fun fact, I before I left for New Orleans a few months ago, I had went through all of my bulk in my room and found all the Porygons I could find, and then I literally did not see you the whole weekend, and I didn't just think to myself to like message you and be like, hey, I have Porygons for you, please take them. So
I was like, I didn't see Butter all weekend.
I did not see you the whole weekend at all. I saw your tweets.
Yeah, I did not see in New Orleans. I was like,
there was a handful of people I did not see. Yeah. But hey, next time we're at an event together, I will have the Porygons on me. Okay.
Oh, I appreciate it.
It's mostly just Rocket Porygons, but it's okay. There were a few random old ones I had found too.
When that set came out, I literally asked everybody in the room during pre-release. I was like, "Do you want your Porygons? Can I have them?" I have so many, and I want more. So if anybody has any Porygon cards they do not want, you see me at an event, I will take them.
That's
yes.
fair. No shame.
Give Val all of your Porygons.
All of them.
Every single one.
No shame. I did the same thing with the Crobat line in Brocket's pre-release. I was like, does anybody have any extra Zubats, Gobats? Anybody? So we're talking about NAIC with Worlds coming up. Do you want to talk a little bit about how your season was last year? What events did you get to go to? What did you do at those events?
Yeah, so for majors, I went to Baltimore. That was the first regional last year, right? Yeah, Baltimore.
Yes.
And then I went to Atlanta and NAIC. So my season was pretty light last year. I work full time and I go to school full time, so I'm like, unfortunately, pretty busy. I graduate school in March though, so I'm hoping that this season will be a little bit more doable. Like, I'm definitely not aiming to go to Worlds or anything, but as of right now, I'm planning to go to Pittsburgh, Vegas, NAIC, possibly Toronto. We'll see if the stars align. Very excited.
I've been toying with the idea of going to Vegas. I haven't been before.
I can't wait to go 03 drop right to the casino.
Straight to the casino is right. A Vegas regional sounds so fun.
Yeah, mine would probably just be, considering I won't be playing, it'll just be Cube and GLC and cheer on my friends at the casinos.
You got to play at least one hand of blackjack, at least.
I don't even
just one.
Know if I know how to play a hand of blackjack.
You played Sylveon VMAX. You'll figure it out. It's fine. You'll get there. Did we go to all the same regionals last season?
We went to Atlanta. We went to San Ann. We went to New Orleans.
Was that it?
You didn't go to Kentucky with me.
Oh, that's right. I didn't go to Kentucky with you. That's the one.
Yeah, I drove all the way to Kentucky by myself. It was fun, though. Okay. I had fun. That was the first regional I had hosted a Beyblade tournament at. So that was fun.
Ooh. I did. How long was that drive?
Oh, it's about 12 hours.
Ooh.
A little bit of a peek
Easy work.
A peek behind the veil over here. When we went to Atlanta, it's about a 10-hour drive for us from Texas, and like Butter drove the whole way, just like, okay, you just drove the whole thing, just like well, we stopped like one time on the way.
I think so, yeah, just to get gas.
And that's because we even went back to your house, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. So the viewers already know this. I don't know, Val, if you've listened to our podcast. If you have, cool. If not, why are you even on the podcast? No, I'm just kidding. But we started our drive to Atlanta
at like 4:30 in the morning, mind you.
Yeah, and we were like 20 minutes in, or not even 20, maybe 15 minutes in. And I was like, I left the butter shirts at home. We have to turn around.
And we turned around, went back to his house,
and got there earlier than originally that it had said.
That's really funny.
We're not going to say how. For legal reasons.
Allegedly,
we went through a black hole.
Than
it
said on the GPS.
Yeah, there was a wormhole that appeared on I-20 as we were driving there, and I drove through it, and then we ended up in Atlanta.
We just got there. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, being from Texas, or I guess just from the U.S. in general, like, we be driving, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like, to get home is around a 8 to 10 hour drive for me, but like, my guy over here, he just like killed it the whole way.
And that's why we have a podcast now.
And that's why we have a podcast. We figured out we can just yap for like 10 hours.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun, Atlanta, for sure. Because I'm trying to think, did I even do Beyblades in Atlanta as well?
We did a little bit of Beyblade. You put it up on like Twitter and stuff, and then there like people like from around that saw that we were doing Beyblades and stuff. They like showed up and like started hanging out and playing.
Oh yeah. Nothing was like San Antonio, and Poke Duels went around and found like 8 people to come spin Beyblades with us. That was a time. Shout out Poke Duels. We love that person. They're great.
Shout out Poke Duels.
Well, I guess getting back to the topic of expanded, is there something, or is there a shift that you would like to see in the format? I know personally, Like, you know, I would like to see more support for the format. And I know that like accessibility is a problem, but like when you're in a I feel like when you're in a local setting, that if you're in a, at least in a if you have good locals near you, like it's easier, you know, like you can make several decks from a village. But like I would think more support at the local level, and then honestly just like
even on a product level,
yeah, even on a product level,
like make a trainer kit that's just a bunch of
like staples.
expanded staples.
Yeah, because you know, I mean, what would they lose? You know, they're not making money from expanded. It's all secondary market stuff, right? Nobody's buying Black Bolt and White Flare to play expanded, right? So, you know what? Why wouldn't they want to dip into that market and like, you know, just sell like an expanded toolkit, like you said? But so all that to say, I guess, you know, we touched on like accessibility of the format and then just support. And you know, I just, as somebody who loves expanded, you know, what's some hopes that you would have for like the future of expanded?
Yeah, I mean, you took the words right from my mouth. Like, I have been saying, like, an expanded toolkit would be game changing. Like, print, it doesn't even have to be new art. New art would be sicko mode, but it doesn't have to be new art. Like, just reprint N, reprint Chorus, reprint Quick Ball, reprint
VS Seeker.
VS Seeker.
Yeah.
Throw in some
no,
not
random PXs, EXs, Megas.
Throw in some Tapu Leles in there or something.
Yeah, I think like an expanded toolkit would be incredible for accessibility, not only for expanded but also for GLC as well.
Yeah.
And also just for a nostalgia value. Like, people love N, myself included.
Yeah, they could totally just make a toolkit, make all new arts for all these good cards, and people would eat it up, I think.
Absolutely. I know Hex Maniac is banned in expanded. Is it also banned in GLC or no?
Not yet.
Not yet. Yeah.
They haven't.
Hex Maniac art.
Andrew Mahone hasn't deemed that card broken enough yet.
Give me new Hex art.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, new art would be so sick.
Yeah, just do
like
a new art. I don't know, give us that one welder full art that we never got in America.
Yeah.
Oh my god, please. Please, anybody
for the people,
this,
TPCI,
please.
But yeah, I think
it's what the people want. It's what the people want.
It's what they need.
The people crave an expanded toolkit.
People crave the welder. They crave it. The welder. Oh my gosh. But and you know, I think the first thing that somebody like would say as a problem for like a toolkit would be like, oh well, you know, little Timmy who goes to the card store to like pick up cards to go play standard, and they pick up the toolkit not knowing it's for expanded, and they build a deck and they go to locals, like they're gonna have a bad time, right? But I mean, to those people, I say we still have like new VMAX League decks on the shelves, right? We still have
there's still plenty of old products sitting there that could be used for expanded.
There's still plenty of what am I thinking of? The Worlds decks, right? Those are in standard, like the cards are in standard, but you can't play those in the tournament. And so that would be my first thing to tell to those people. You know, why are Worlds decks okay to sell but not a toolkit that is for a different format, right?
For sure.
Definitely.
That welder would be sick.
Yes, it would.
Sorry, y'all got me distracted now. My fault. Well, Val, I think that's about everything that we've got. Questions for you today. I just want to say, thank you so much for being our very first guest on the ABS podcast.
The first of many, hopefully.
But you will always be the first. So thank you for that.
You've christened the podcast for us.
We appreciate you being here, taking time out of your, very busy schedule, being a full-time
student and
worker person.
Yes.
Unemployed, right? My fault. I don't know. I'm just JK. But yeah, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to come and hang out with us, talk expanded. We really appreciate it. Is there any socials that you would like to shout out at this time?
Yeah, thanks so much for having me. On TikTok and Twitter, I am at Shiny Porygon 2. More active on Twitter than TikTok, but I have been doing some TikToks recently. If you want to watch me
I've been liking them. I've been liking them.
I see. I appreciate it. If you want to see me open some of the Chinese gem pack 2s, the evolution ones, I've been ripping those. Hoping to do some deck profiles in the future.
Heck yeah.
But yeah, Shiny Porygon 2 on Twitter and TikTok.
All right, y'all. Well, y'all heard it here first at Shiny Porygon to go follow our friend Val on TikTok and on Twitter.com. Val, thank you so much for being here. We appreciate it. And I guess this is us signing out.
Yeah. Thank y'all for listening to the podcast. Stay tuned for the next episode. And that's a wrap.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.